don't have a lot of time today, but I figured I'd just turn on the old stream while I'm working. So this will definitely be me working. Thankfully, Sarah has the lineup for DTNS, so we're in pretty good shape there. But I have It's a Thing to prepare for. We have to take Seven the dog to his play date. I have a bonus show for DTNS right after DTNS to record for the patrons. And Sword and Laser later tonight. I don't have to get all of that done now, but I'm trying to get ahead of it. I'm doing the It's a Thing stuff right now. TikTok brain. What is TikTok brain? If you have any good things you'll let me take credit for, let me know. Yeah, I don't know if what does TikTok brain mean. Hello. Hola, Selvin. Gen X Rise. I don't like any of these. You know what? I might just end up going with Twisters. I'm going to punt. I'm going to say that. All right. I think, okay. I think I'm actually good for It's a Thing then. I mean, I don't love it. If maybe I'll come up with a new thing. I don't have much right now though. It's a Thing will be at 7 Pacific, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific today. I believe that's right. Yes, that's right. All right. Now I need to get ready for Sword and Laser. Swords and lasers. All of the swords, all of the lasers. I've been doing nothing but working on Synced night and day. If you haven't ordered one, please order one. I do not want all this time to be wasted. Hey, Killbot404. July 24th, 2024. Now I'm making the Sword and Laser lineup. Total insured losses for non-Microsoft Fortune 500 companies could be between $540 million and $1.08 billion. So there. Hello, CR poll. Hey, so we were kind of, we were having our back and forth on how much we expected it to be incompetence versus some kind of weird thing, unanticipated thing. I'm curious if you got a chance to look at the PRI yet from CrowdStrike and what you thought of that. I feel like it's definitely understandable, but preventable. And it's one of those hindsight is 2020 things that, my gut tells me like, well, you should have been definitely doing more testing and not relying on your automated system. But I also understand why, if the automated system keeps working well and it speeds things up and reduces costs, how tempting it is to do that. That's what we'll be talking about on DTNS with the CrowdStrike vulnerability. Yeah, I figured you'd find it unacceptable as soon as I read that. But I totally see, if I put myself in their shoes, even in the engineers, not just the business types, like, yeah, that's the one that really gets me is the fact that they didn't, it was in April, I think, that they didn't do anything after the canary in the coal mine with Debian. That's a bigger deal. They did test internally for the template. They didn't test the 40 kilobyte update. They should have, not arguing there. And yeah, the staggered release thing seems obvious. Like that is slowing things down too. Anyway, this is all for DTNS. We do tend as humans to focus on outages and individual mistakes as if they are common. And so I always try to check myself on that and say like, okay, but are we going to make everyone take off their shoes for the rest of our lives because one person slipped through with something weird in their shoes sort of situation, right? Is that what we're doing? Are we actually not? Are we overdoing it? Is it a waste of resources because this will probably never happen again? That's the thing I'm still unclear about is like what was wrong. And I know that they've got more coming. And it's armchair quarterbacking though, Magnesium. It's always easy to say you should have done more testing when a mistake happens. The Linux thing is the one that gets me though. That's where it's like, hey, you knew there was a problem. And it doesn't sound like you did anything after that. Like that's the one that should have raised the alarms for sure. It's okay to make a mistake. It's not okay to ignore your mistake and then make a bigger mistake. If that makes sense. Anyway, that's where I'm at. I know most people are more like you, CR Pull and Magnesium, not willing to give them the benefit of the doubt much. Which, as costly and as big as this is, there's not a lot of patience for them. All right, where was I? Oh, yeah. Yeah, repeating the mistake, same thing, right? Right. Sword and laser. Recent posts. The Spear Cuts Through Water by Simone Jimenez is the Sword and Laser book. Okay. Well, the company is an individual. The company is a bunch of individuals. I always try to remember that too. Because having worked in a company, I get how it goes. Now, it's easy to imagine a scenario where there was an individual telling you to ignore the mistake, right? That's where you lose me. Hey, Sang. It's also way easier for me to be a critic sitting here without any stakes, right? It's easy for me to say, oh, you should have done that better because I didn't have to do it better. And there's no risk to me changing and trying something. And I've been that person who made the mistake that people all told me I should never have made and was inexcusable. I'm sure we all have at some point. Not as big and widespread as this one, thank goodness. Dang. All right. I really need to pay attention to quick burns from Sword and Laser. Yeah, auto updates off all the time, Sierra Pull. 100% with you there. I decide when they go in and approve them, with a few exceptions. But it's those exceptions that are ones that'll end up getting me in trouble, right? Okay. How much time do you spend farming out characters before writing the story plot around them? Ooh, good question. I do a lot of imagination, if that makes sense, like thinking about the story. So I definitely am creating the characters. I'm definitely creating the characters in my head and fleshing them out that way. I don't do a lot of fleshing them out on paper usually until I'm part way through, or maybe after the first draft. Then I'll start doing more character studies and things to try to get them to. How come I can't sign into Goodreads? Oh, because I clicked the wrong one. That's why. Pebcac. Yeah, letting them choose. The fact that they didn't let them choose, and the staggered deployment thing. Again, with 40 kilobyte, I get the temptation to be like, it's never caused a problem before. It's just a configuration file. Do we really need to go through staggered deployment for a 40 kilobyte configuration file? Maybe that's overkill. Nobody wants to hear me say this. I get it. Nobody's on CrowdStrike's side. Read the room, Tom. Everybody's mad. Just shut up and let them be mad. I create stories. I don't always create the story with the ending in mind, but I often think through where a story is going to go before I start writing it down, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Oh my gosh, this whole Hugo's thing. Have you all heard about this? 377 votes disqualified from the Hugo Award voting. Through memberships that were canceled and refunded after the votes had been cast. Oh, that's just... Uh-oh. The Goodreads app has been removed from the Kindle Fire. That's not good. All right, July 17th. That's not a very short list. You know, sometimes they have these awards short lists, like for the Le Guin Prize for Fiction. I'm telling you, that list is not what I would call short. I can't see chat. No, I don't think the Hugo Awards ever go back to China, do you? Goodreads on Kindle Fire. That's the tablet, not the Kindle. 100 greatest books of the 21st century so far. You know, it's not very far into the century. All right, now I've got to pull in stuff from Discord. I'm tired of controversies. Is that just because I'm old? Wow, they hired a North Korean state actor? That actor should win an award for acting like they weren't a North Korean state actor. Get it? Okay, man. It's really complicated to pull stuff out of Discord to put into a spreadsheet. It's really easy to do it from a website. It's kind of hard to do it from Discord. Not impossible, just annoying. Just annoying. Boy, we have a lot of quick burns for Sword and Laser. This is great. Esquire, 75 best sci-fi books of all time. How does Esquire get to pick that? Well, because they did it, I guess. That's why. Okay. All right. I just need a couple more things for sword and laser, and then we'll be good to go. I mean, copy and paste works. It's just annoying because it if you click the wrong place, it then like tries to make a reply and stuff. I can see links in the chat, CR poll, but I can't click on them from StreamYard. I have to go open it in Twitch there. StreamYard doesn't make them hyperlinks. Sometimes I'm accidentally copying the wrong thing, but you also, it's hard to highlight. All right, got to go. CR poll, good to talk to you, man. I said got to go, but CR poll has to go, not me. I still have to do this. I have to get some barrier swords. Any things? Anybody got things for it's a thing that I can steal? I'll give you credit. Oh, I hear some leave-its going on out there. I feel like we're living in the 70s again in a lot of ways, just attitude-wise. Everything's bad. Don't trust anyone. Some of it's justified. I get it. Uh-oh, there's a dog at my door. My goodness. Oh, thank you, Zoe. Wow. Uh-oh. Dog got in trouble. Yo, Clinton. Okay. All right. This has been a very quiet office hours, I know, because I was actually working more than sometimes I usually do. But I have now prepped Sword and Laser. I've prepped It's a Thing, and you've kept me company, and you're awesome, and I love it. So yeah, I am now going to go get Seven the dog ready to go to his puppy play date so that I can get back here. Okay. Bye, everybody. See you later.